Down in the lowlands, of course, the wealthy landowners with the right connections can get all the water that they need. In Bosnia, there are still untold amounts of landmines buried everywhere. Near the cities and the towns, there are trained teams that take care of removing those in a safe way. You can see the grids marked off on the hillside. Out in the country, people resort to sending their sheep into an unfamiliar pasture before they dare enter themselves. One of the favorite tactics during the war was to remove the roofs of homes or buildings after the owners had fled. Explosives were in short supply, and if you remove the roof, pretty soon nature will take over and do the job that the explosives would have done, and leave very little to come back to, if the family could come back at all. In downtown Sarajevo, there are bombed out buildings still everywhere, and this billboard and many others like it are cropping up everywhere. It means, among other things, respect other people, and more importantly, respect yourself. If you truly respect yourself, you won't act in such a barbaric way to others. So, where is our neighborhood? This is the Capitol Dome in Washington, D.C., the seat of power of the most powerful country on earth. It might be interesting to see what could happen if governments around the world and people around the world started thinking less about the exclusionary nature of their borders and more about the inclusive nature of our global neighborhoods. Because this is our neighborhood. And these are our neighbors. So, some food for thought, hopefully. I think the global neighborhood is a worthwhile thing to think about. So, I think we're going to have questions later on. That's how it's going to work. Okay.
People have questions.
That was fair. Thank you so much for the answers. So fantastic. I guess this all kind of stems from us talking, and we had the show on photojournalism as art and art as photojournalism. That's what I've been doing for 23 years. I've been a photojournalist in Michigan, and it just kind of started talking about the book and things like that. And for some reason, right away, my experiences on 9/11 came to mind. I'm from the white suburban area of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Cascade, just outside. So, racism and racial tension have never really touched my life. But on 9/11, I worked for Flint Journal, and I was sent down to the Dearborn area to cover the events that were happening, with people reacting to the Middle Eastern culture and what happened to us. And I'd never seen people be so cruel and vicious, and it made me think. And because as a journalist on that event, I get the chance to talk to both sides. I have this wonderful access to get to talk to both sides. And along with what Donald said, is you find out very quickly that people all want the same thing, no matter where they're from. Security, hope, future. And that's kind of what I wanted to go with, is to open this door to have people understand that no matter where we're from, we're all connected by these things, by the commonality and the sameness of our wants and needs in our life. So, I wanted to be able to collect these stories locally of people that have come here so they can tell your story, because as a journalist, I believe that the fear of the unknown, like these people were feeling on 9/11, can be very easily quelched by one simple act of curiosity. Asking a question. why, or how do you do that? What do you mean? It's very simple, and I really truly believe that, and it's part of what I based my career on is curiosity. So we've all experienced a fear and stuff like that, but to understand that fear, you sort of have to have that curiosity, and I truly believe that the American dream, which we've been kind of talking about, and even our survival as mankind, really rests on the unexpected acts of kindness and kinship. And that's what I really want to believe that we can pursue in this future. And I know our future has been chaotic at times, but I want to get out of the way because these incredible stories that we're hearing, it's really refreshing to discover that the American dream still kind of lives on. I think I was talking with Jake a little bit a while ago about how we don't hear the melting pot reference. I grew up with that. That was that cartoon you saw on Saturday, you know, the melting pot and everything like that. You really don't hear that anymore, but I think it's very much more prominent than it was when I was a child. So, so I really hope, I'm very proud that still, you know, the American dream still has that promise and possibility of success in the United States for everybody. And I really wanted to introduce Jake, Jake May. I got him and Jeffrey Smith, they're both students at Central Michigan, to join me in trying to visualize stories of our local global neighborhood here. And I'd really like to thank, first off, Esperance, who got to share her, she's from Rwanda, and she shared with me the tragedy of the genocide in the country and what she survived, but then also the triumph of coming to this country with her family and getting here and sharing success here that she's felt here. I'd also like to thank Toyin, who shared the quest for stability and education she came from, and also Mo, of course, for carrying on the family tradition and preservation of culture. That's about all I have to say. I really appreciate you guys. This is a fantastic turnout. Thank you so much for showing up. I'd like to turn it over to Marsha.
And I have to say, Eric got everybody together. He got his book packages together and orchestrated this whole thing. It was kind of difficult because he also teaches at Michigan State, and he travels all over, so he did that all in his own time. So he did a fabulous job. And Jake, as a student, we appreciate you here too. So do you want to go first and talk about your experiences with Mo? And these photographs, by the way, are all up on our community art wall. So you'll see them, and those are all of our local neighbors. And would you like to explain your experience?
Sure. Can everybody see me? No, I was just going to say, as soon as Eric approached me with the idea, I immediately told a few of my photo friends at Central Michigan because it's what we do, and it's what we're learning in school right now to do, is to touch people's lives and to be able to share that with our communities. Community photojournalism is what I'm all about personally, and being able to just see people's life just for a day, see what he does and experience who he is, where he's come from. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. That's what I want to do the rest of my life. And being able to do that with Mo was pretty phenomenal. We met in late December, just over a year, and we met at the store, which I'll let him talk a little bit more about his experiences and what he does. But just being able to talk about the tradition of carrying on the store, and the first store in the U.S. actually, right here in Kalamazoo, and Portage. But I'll let Mo go ahead and talk. Really, we're here for him, and we're here for the global community, and all we did.
Well, came here late for early 70s, and to Western University, after getting a higher education, and worked for a company, decided to carry family business is more generation. We preserve culture and art, virtue, by preserving our Christian practice and tapestry. And over the years, going through all the communication, we have some pieces that we do it and we argue After listening to all these other stories, very honored to be included in this panel. Basically, our work is to revive the culture, enrich people's lives with art, and being very honored to be part of Portage. I do have some brochures if anybody interested in what we do, and we'd love to have you visit our store and talk more about culture, Persian, sometimes some not always.
Quick question for you. In the 70s?
Yes.
That was a colorful time.
Yeah, very volatile. I lived here before the revolution started, and I was part of the program that the Shah of Iran had to revitalize the industry, and I was the first group of students that was selected to come out from the revolution. And of course, while I was studying, the revolution happened, and the country turned different. The first day here in Chicago, everything sounded the same. I landed in Chicago, and all I could hear was this sound of wow, wow. No matter what they said. I can't recognize it. Okay. But